Muslims say that Jesus is a Muslim.
Shh. You are a ridiculous cynic. All you need is a little bit of teaching. Yes, Jesus is indeed a Muslim. You can't easily understand this if you think like a layman. To understand this, you need an academic approach using evidence, giving reliable references. Now, to begin with, use your phone. Go to Google and search for the meaning of Islam, and you'll find this. Islam means submission to the will of God. Adherents of Islam are called Muslims. The fundamental belief of Islam is there is only one God and Muhammad is his prophet. Now, did Jesus say anything about the will of God? We want to prove that Jesus was a Muslim. Did he say anything about this will of God? Jesus spoke about the will of God in various ways throughout the New Testament. One of the most well-known references is from the Lord's Prayer. You are a Christian. You know the Lord's Prayer. And this can be found in Matthew chapter 6, where he teaches his disciples to pray. Your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. This emphasizes the importance of aligning one's actions with the will of God. In other instances, Jesus often emphasized submission to the will of God, such as in Matthew chapter 7, verse number 21, where he says, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven." Overall, Jesus' teachings emphasize the importance of seeking and following the will of God in one's life as a path to righteousness and spiritual fulfillment. I will give you a few more references from the New Testament where Jesus spoke about the will of God. You go to Matthew chapter 26, verse number 42. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Jesus prayed, "My Father, if it is not possible for this cup to be taken away unless I drink it, may your will be done." You go to John chapter 4, verse number 34. Jesus said, "My food is to do the will of him who sent me and to finish his work." This underscores his dedication to submitting to the will of God. You go to John chapter 6, verse number 38. Jesus stated, "For I have come down from heaven not to do my will, but to do the will of him who sent me." Here, Jesus emphasizes that his mission is aligned with the will of God. If you go to Luke chapter number 22, verse number 42, similar to Matthew 26, 42. In this verse, Jesus prays, "Father, if you are willing, take this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours." That means, but your will be done. Now, these passages highlight Jesus' submission to and alignment with the will of God in his teachings and actions. Now you go back to Google, reread the meaning of Islam and Muslims. You'll find the same. Islam means submission to the will of God, and adherents of Islam are called Muslims. The question is, very simple question. If Jesus kept submitting to the will of God, what is he if not a Muslim? What is he if not a Muslim?